A wonderful good morning and welcome to reality. Welcome to surviving in reality with the beautiful day of your birth. That was not a choice anymore. Survival is the name of the game. So, how do we survive in reality? We can break it down into what is reality and what is survival. So, let's have a small look into this. Reality is what you make of it. What it's your experience of the moment, your experience of the now, that is reality. And with so many of us being around, there are many different reality perceptions and ideas around. Still, there is a common ground somewhere. In all our realities, there seems to be a common ground. We are alive, we are members of the animal kingdom, we have energy going through our bodies and our minds, and we are standing on our common ground, the planet Earth under our feet, which of course defines how to survive here. Because the way the planet was or is and made our life possible in the first place is of course a big part of this survival game, if I call it a game, or the challenge or the beauty of it. And since the planet is how it is, we have 6 survival priorities. And to take care of these 6 survival priorities, we have to be really aware of how much we really need, what is enough, and what we can really want. And I want to give you a little example and think about water. So when you feel into your body, look at your hand or touch basically anything alive, there's water in there. And water is something we need. There's a rule that about 3 days without water we can do. Of course, there are environments where you cannot do 3 hours without water, or there are places where you can be 5 days without water, which is stretching it a bit. But anyhow, water is essential for our survival. Most of our body is made of water. And these water molecules, that's the beauty of it, these water molecules, they have been around forever from my small perspective. So they have been around, they have been in the clouds, in the oceans, they have been locked underground, and they have been moving on this planet in different forms of life before me. The same water molecules that I'm breathing out, and water molecules that I'm breathing in, becoming part of my body. So we need water, and here in Finland, it doesn't seem much like, or in this place that one species calls Finland, it doesn't seem like much of a thing. We have a lot of water available, but of course it's a communal effort. It's our one species on this planet, and there are places where there is water scarcity, and there are places where our lifestyle choices here impact on the availability of water in other people's or other fellow beings' lives. When we think of the necessity of avocado in our diet, we know that it does not grow here, and this water that was required to grow the avocado is actually water that comes from places that is not Finland. So we need a lot of water to get the avocado to grow in the first place and move the avocado here. The infrastructure needed water in the construction. In Europe, over 40% of the water is used for electricity production cooling. So a lot of water has gone into the cooling of power plants, making the electricity for the infrastructure, for the cooling, for the transport, for the cashier in the supermarket. And this is all water that is part of our footprint. So if survival on this planet is important for me, then I need to be aware of this water, not only the water that I drink in my cup or with my hands or with my lips out of the stream or the well, if I'm blessed enough to have access to this. I have to think about the water footprint that I leave behind me in my trail from all over the planet, because it's the health of the whole planet that is essential for my own survival. So if there is wars and conflicts about water on the other side of the planet, I will feel it. If there is water disappearing from the grounds because forests are disappearing, that will impact the life here, even if it's on the other side of the world. So water is a big part of the reality, and there is 6 survival priorities, and when one or more of these are not covered in a sustainable way, sustainable meaning that it can continue like this, then we talk about a survival priority, survival situation. And what you can do to take care of survival situations, that's something for another subject, another video maybe. But yeah, it's a day for me where I'm very aware of water. Anything that has moisture in it, I'll be very aware of it and cherish it and enjoy it. And oh, a squirrel. I'll have a look at the squirrel. It's made of water, partly.